Good morning, children. Today we'll discuss about the nationalism in Europe, the second chapter, the unit of rise of the nationalism in Europe. So in this, how they made the nationalism in Europe. Let us see by the different ideologies of the concept. Children, if you see the Europe map compared with the mid 18th century map, there were no nation state in Europe, which we can see the Europe map now. So if you see the mid 18th century Europe, you will find that there was no nation state as we know them today. For example, see the Germany, Italy and Switzerland. These three regions were divided into different kingdoms, whereas Canton and Duchy, they were under the autocratic ruler, but they are the national territories. They are under control of but not the kingdoms, but the autocracy territories. So Canton and Duchy is under the autonomous territory. So there are few regions are autonomous territories, some few territories are under the divided as a kingdoms, autocratic rulers, so different languages speaking, different measurements in the market. There is no common culture, common identity among themselves. So it's difficult to develop economically and politically establish the nationalism. So such a differences did not easily promote nationalism in Europe. For example, you see Habsburg Empire was ruled over the Austrian and Hungary. Here the predominantly German spoke people you can find, whereas in Austria, two group of people. First group is spoke Magyar. In the other group, different variety of dialectics. In one region only, there are two variety of dialects you can find in Europe during mid 18th century. In Galicia, the aristocracy spoke Polish. In Lombardia and Galicia, you can see the Italian spoke people you can find. Such a differences did not easily promote a sense of unity among themselves, or you cannot promote a sense of political unity or political nationalism. So in such differences, but how they form nationalism in Europe. Let us see the different type of ideologies of different individuals, different ideology of liberalism, conservatism, revolutionaries, and middle class people, industrialists, professionals, educationists, given their ideology and establish the constitutions and policy of equality. They establish the constitution representatives through parliament. First of all, let me see in your textbook given 2.1, the aristocracy and the new middle class. How they form the society and how they live. Let us see one glance. The aristocratic rulers landed over socially, politically very strong, predominant in Europe. Both sides, in countryside and town side. In countryside, they formed estates, big estates, whereas in town, they settled into big houses. Their family was tied with the marriages. They spoke French, predominant autocratic rulers. So, on the basis of occupation and profession, we can see the Europe was divided into two parts. So, before coming to the Europe part, I want to give a clear picture. In Europe, mid 18th century, I said there was no identity. What do you mean by the identity? Culture. Compare with Indian democracy policy. If you see in India now, different language speaking people, even though different custom and culture people living, but they form a common culture, common custom, and we have an identity. With this identity, people develop politically, economically, establish the unity among them, unity, nationalism. Nation state means a nation state have a particular boundary. Nobody cannot enter until unless the permission of the region or the country or the government. They never allow others without their permissions. Yes or no? So the nation state have their own boundary as a territory and have the common culture, identity. The example will celebrate national festivals, children. So all the different culture people celebrate because they give them identity that we are the Indians. And we got the nationalism, the independent, form the constitution, to the representatives, through the parliament. We have the rights, so everybody will live equal rights before the law. So this is called common identity for everyone have. But if you see compare mid 18th century Europe, there is no identity and common culture. So in such condition, how the people struggle and brought the nationalism and established nationalism in Europe. So before going to the map reading, we'll see the glance of the society of aristocracy, I said. So aristocracy, how they establish their power and lead over them. Lead over in Europe. Now let me see the middle class, how the middle class formed, arose. So on the basis of occupation in Europe, particularly divided into two parts, Western and Eastern part. West Europe and Central Western Europe, East Europe, East and Central Eastern Europe. Let us see the Western Europe people. Here, the peasantry dominated, occupied, established land over in western part of Europe and hold a big form of lands by the small owners and tenants cultivate the lands. And this, due to industrialization, towns, the growth of towns made an emergency of a new middle class called commercial group. their existence purely on the basis of only production for the markets. So these all belongs to the industrialists, professionals, businessmen. So western part, most of the western part people are belongs to industrialists, professionals and businessmen. Now we'll go towards the eastern part of Europe and central eastern part of Europe. Compared with the western, they are very small, numerically very small group, whereas western part people are numerically they are big in number. So if you discuss about eastern part of Europe, let me discuss. Numerically they are very small group, well educated, and liberal ideas, liberalism and unity, ideology of national unity. They are liberalist, educated, small in number, middle class group, and with the ideology of national unity to abolish the autocracy and the privileges of clerical privileges. And what are the demands? Before going to demands, they will gain a popularity with the liberalism. So what were their demands? Since French Revolution, the liberalism had stood for autocracy, clerical privileges, a constitution, representatives, government through parliament. So this is a political sphere in Eastern Europe. Let us see the economic sphere. In economically also, Europe was in different measurements, different region follows different measurements, different currency values. So it's highly impossible to make it's a problem. It becomes a problem to exchange the goods and make the unity economically. So the Europeans, especially the industrialists and the professionals and liberalism, ideology of liberalist people want to bring the Europe into politically economic unity. Then only it's a possible nationalism. Try to understand here. Politically economical unity to bring in the society. So that is strong weapon. Automatically can bring the nationalism in Europe. So in 1934, a custom union was formed by the Persians. Initially, Persians, later Germans joined and they abolished tariff barriers, taxes, and reduced the number of currencies in the region. An example, a merchant with their goods move from Luxembourg to Luxembourg, you have to pay the tariff barriers 11 cantons. 5% of every individual should pay the custom duty, 5% to each and every individual. So in 1834, the custom union formed and they want to reduce the tax barriers and number of currencies, the place of number of currencies, one measurements and one unity of currency. The creation of network of railways, because of due to industrialization, the creation of network of railways also stimulated mobility among the Europe people. and they develop the economic interest. So with this economic interest to national national unifications. So I can conclude here a national economic, economic nationalism strengthened the wider nationalist sentiments. The sentiments automatically comes into the minds of people when they are strengthened in economic way of economic unity and development. So here, here the liberalism stood for autocracy. They want to abolish the autocracy and clerical privileges. They want to establish a constitution, representative government through parliament. In such a way, the liberalists want to change the society politically, economically, and want to bring the broader nationalism in Europe. And whereas not only the liberalists, even the professionals and industrialists also, they also concentrated on the market affair. So this is the concept. But once we see the map, so we'll come to know, we'll see the map and we can try to understand. Once again, the same point I read it out to you. So we'll understand if you're thorough with the map. So the complete concept or points will be on your tips. Let us see, children.